Good morning, everyone. So today's the big day. We get it out of the garage and into the hangar. And we had to get a 20-foot truck, which is going to be a little more convenient anyway, but it did require removal of the tail assembly. And we got the plane flipped around, and I'm going to back the truck in, and we are going to start the loading process. Yeah, so here we go. We get lots of attention when the garage is open.
Dad got all excited.
What's that?
I said you got all excited.
When?
Oh, just not recording, unloading.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just follow us.
Okay.
I may end up needing some of your help here in a minute.
Right, just like that.
Just like that.
Give me some more.
Trip number 2, got everything.
All right, so we've got the second load here. Can I just say, airport people are awesome. Like, you saw the dude that was helping us out. Another guy just stopped, introduced himself. There's a Volks plane in his hangar, which we saw out this morning. There's a couple Pete and poles on the field, so I think I'm in like really good company here. And so we're gonna do a little inspection here before we put the tail back on. But in the truck we've got both. We were able to get the tail and both the wings, so we only had to make only 2 trips total. So both the wings fit in there fine, and they're just resting on some foam. So, all right, so we're gonna get the wing unloaded, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull the wing out and just put it on the plane. So that's the plan.
Good news. Truck is empty.
That is good news. Stay together. All right, so Parker and I, you saw that we got the plane all in here and put together, and I was in the process today of working on the ailerons, and now that they're on and connected down there, they've got to be adjusted. So, but beyond that, let me fill you in on what we've discovered. We went ahead and quickly did the weight and balance, and my CG is too far aft, so which kind of surprises me. But you know, I did use not hemlock. You know, I did use the wood that I used. I did use fir for the whole thing, and I think knowing what I know now, if I could do it again, I would have bought spruce for the tail pieces, or I would have maybe picked up the tail pieces kit from Dave and built those separately, just so they were lighter than everything else. But no matter here nor there, we're where we are, right? So we have to start at this point now and figure out a path forward. And so that path forward, what I've worked out with Dave at Team, is we're going to move the engine, which is, you know, it's a bunch of steps backwards, but you know, when you come this far, you don't mind making the right steps to make the right decisions and do the right things. That's what's most important. So what we'll do is we basically have to remove the engine completely, because what's going to happen is this mount here, in effect, is going to be forward right here of the of this point. So the washer and stuff will be here. I'm going to get some 2-inch wide steel plates, 1/4 inch steel plates, 2-inch wide, that will mount through the existing holes to the bed, through the existing holes, and then it'll extend past the front about that far, and then the front mount will bolt straight through that. The plate will mount to the old hole, and the old hole in the back, and then the plate will extend past that hole about 1.5 inches. There'll be a new hole drilled through the plate and the bed. So it's going to take a little bit, but necessary to get us in the right CG range. So that will make a huge difference, I'm sure. And I was dreaming last night about, you know, what happens now. You know, am I going to have to build new tail pieces out of lighter material? What am I going to do? And I think this is a good move, because we're not adding weight anywhere else except a little bit to the front of the plane, and we're going to bring this engine forward, and that's going to give us a hand in achieving the CG. I'm off by about 6%, so to be in the optimal range. So I'm going to have to do a little work for that 6%. So the plane's here. It looks phenomenal. I couldn't be happier. Bummer that the CG didn't work out. I wish there was some way I could have calculated that early on to have some idea of where I'm at, but there just wasn't. And so knowing my weights of where I currently stand, that actually looked like another kit plane going by there. That might be able to be used in the future by somebody else to determine, you know, how are your main wheel weights turning out compared to your tail wheel weights. So, yeah, that's where we are, and now we start that process of getting that taken care of. I don't think it'll take that long once I get the plates, and it'll just be some careful measuring and getting the holes in the current locations marked on the plate, and then getting those drilled through. And that so we'll take care of that, and I'll show you the whole thing, so you'll get to see, you know, how we work through this challenge, and most important thing is that the first flight is super successful, and in order to make that happen, the very first thing that has to happen is we got to have proper CG. So, all right, so I will catch you guys later.